Okay, so we are talking in this live stream about Jalen Carter. And I see a lot of fans, they still want to draft Carter at pick 6, at pick 18. And I'm going to say that I seriously doubt that the Detroit Lions do that. But I'm asking you, I want to know the chat's opinion and the comment section's opinion. Do you still want Jalen Carter a Detroit Lion? Most of you say no. Some of you say yes. After a miserable pro day from Jalen Carter yesterday, in which he put on 9 pounds in essentially 10 days, and then today it comes out that he played no contest, and according to ESPN, he will do 12 months of probation. Now, what the stipulation of that probation, we don't know yet. I've been on probation myself for something you wouldn't even believe. And basically, you have to do the right thing for 12 months, okay? If he violates that, he can do jail time, but he has to stay clean. Clean as in free of anything that could violate his probation. He has $1,000 fine and 80 hours of community service. He also has to attend state-approved defensive driving course. Defensive driving. Okay. Not like anger, but defensive driving. Okay. Not going to read too much into that. And then it comes out yesterday that Jalen Carter had an abysmal pro day. Now, we know that our GM or our coach in particular said you can't judge, you watch the tape, right? You can't judge on guys running around in their pajamas. That's true. The pro day, the NFL combine is here to raise or lower your stock. A lot of times players go to it to increase their draft stock. This case to me is different. Jalen Carter put on 9 pounds in 10 days. That's almost a pound a day. Well, he was eating because he was stressed. We've all been there, right? My thing is this. If you have the potential to make the biggest decision of your life, wouldn't you kind of tighten it up? You know what I'm saying? Essentially put yourself on probation. And then you show up at your pro day because you didn't work out and you didn't even run the 40. You didn't run the 40 at all. You were out of breath. Doesn't look good for Jalen Carter. Now, it looks like Joseph says villain move would be to draft Carter. I don't think so. I think that would be a bad move for the Detroit Lions. When Brad Holmes meant villain, he just meant we're tired of people talking about us like we're nothing. That's what the villain role to me meant. It didn't mean go and assemble the Suicide Squad. And that's my take on this. I wouldn't trust someone who has a terrible pro day like Carter did. Braylon, I agree. I doubt Anderson is available at 6. Maybe Carter is growing. That's a good one. I don't think Carter is a 3-down lineman. He gets gas tired easily. Phantom, that's another point. Very similar to Jordan Davis, how last year everybody was saying he wasn't a 3-down lineman. I'm telling you right now, no matter how much talent you have, off the field issues matter. Character matters, especially for your Detroit Lions. Now, is Carter very talented? He is. But you don't add to the problems you already have by having a miserable pro day. The way you counteract the negative publicity that you're getting is you come out and you are a dog in your pro day. You have the best pro day anybody could have imagined. On top of that, he was supposed to address the accusations and clear his name. Never happened. Publicly. Never happened. Well, he didn't say he was going to do it publicly. He just said, I'm going to get this. I'm going to take care of this, basically. We know what you did was public. Why didn't you come forward and tell the public which in my opinion, public opinion matters when it comes to this. Carter is trending like Nick Fairley. Let's let Carter fall to the Bears. He'll fit right in over there. And that's actually my worst fear is Jalen Carter going to the Bears. Some even believe he's tanking on purpose to go to a good team. So I don't know about that. Conspiracies, are running high. But for me, do you take Jalen Carter? My answer is no. I'll use this as an example. They use the word red flags when talking about people because a red flag is very similar to the red herring metaphor. A red herring metaphor is obvious in your face, right? A red flag is telling you something that you should be worried about. We've all had them. We've all seen them, right? Jalen Carter has red flags. Your Detroit Lions, they don't have guys with red flags on our team. Here's the perfect example. Kayvon Thibodeau didn't do anything comparative, to Jalen Carter. However, I knew that we weren't going to take him because he just didn't fit. It didn't add up. We don't draft people who don't play in the national title game or they don't help their team. He didn't play in that, but you know what I'm saying, the bowl game. We don't draft those guys. Aiden Hutchinson did what Kayvon Thibodeau did not. He played in the biggest game of his career. He went to the NFL Combine. He did all the things that Kayvon Thibodeau did not do. For me, Kayvon's attitude was a red flag. What Carter did was light years worse. So for me, I don't think the Detroit Lions touch him, but I'm not on the inside. I don't know. I don't want to draft Carter at all, says Lewis. Lions win in the North. YouTube be done with notifications. That's facts. He could violate his probation at any time during the season and get arrested. He's a great player, but I'll pass. You know what? This whole video could have been summed up with that one comment. No, I didn't violate my probation. You'd be surprised what you get on probation for. But Jalen Carter is going to be on. So that means that the Detroit Lions, we don't want guys we have to worry about what they're doing. If Jalen Carter violates his probation, he gone. He gone. When you violate your probation, you go to jail. You go to jail, okay? His freedom is under the stipulation that he's going to obey the terms of his probation. And you know what? Phantom, I didn't even think about that. That just crossed my mind when you said something. Like, this guy could violate his probation and be gone. Do we want to babysit Jalen Carter? Do we trust Jalen Carter to not violate his probation? Now, I don't know the rules of it. It could be something very simple. He can't drink. Maybe he can't have any alcohol for a year. It could be tough. It could be whatever. But can he do that? Will he do that? We've seen this young immaturity from these players. Jamison Williams, very talented. He's immature, though. He needs to grow. Can we afford to draft Jalen Carter and all his talent and he regresses, or we have to watch him and worry about him? The Lions don't want guys that, you know what? I think that sums it up. The Lions don't want guys they got to worry about if they got to watch him off the clock. Nick says teams will regret not drafting Carter. Okay, so let me know in the comments below and in the chat, because this is a very divisive thing when it comes to whether we should draft him or not. Should the Detroit Lions, in your opinion, draft Kayvon Thibodeau, Jalen Carter at any point in the 2023 NFL draft? I'm going to tell you what. He goes to Chicago. I still believe everything I said, but that would suck. He goes anywhere in the North, that's going to suck. I'm going to be real. That's probably my biggest fear. But I don't think he belongs on this team. But you let me know what you think in the comments below.